As a STEM campus, our vision at North Richland Middle is to provide a rigorous learning opportunity for students to think, act, and design solutions like current and future scientists and engineers.
Hi, I'm Karen Sanchez, and I teach 7th grade science, and I'm here to talk to you about STEM and what it has meant to start implementing this into the science department. It is basically a whole new way of thinking. Failure is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Students learn from this. It creates a whole new path of critical thinking. We are no longer doing cookie cutter labs. They have to have input into it, and it raises their level of thinking about what is the evidence showing, what is the reasoning behind things, and they're able to tie this to a real-world situation.
It survived, so we decided to do the same thing again to see if it would survive again.
But we had moved the egg and somewhat
adjusted these to where they're stronger, like putting the straws in each other and they don't come out very easily.
And this was curved,
And
so apparently.
why it makes it a good parachute, so when it starts off right here, goes down, tips over, and then this slows it down, mites, and gets to the bottom.
Last time the egg was up here, and when it came down, it just went like.
But it
somehow survived. It somehow made it.
Last time, I'm pretty sure why it survived was because the part we had the egg on wasn't that sturdy, but then the bottom was more sturdy so it could catch more wind, and that's why it slowed down
the
more.
The side-to-side thing is actually a good use, because what it does is it goes down slower, because it goes back up and it slows down. But if it just goes straight down, it's just going to hit fast, so that's why it slid. I didn't even know it was going to slide, probably because of the paper on the bottom.
When a force is active, like it doesn't stop unless another force is acted upon it.
Which is what the paper was doing. Was the second force.
Well, it's changing the direction of when it moves.
So STEM provides an opportunity for the students in my class to have real-world experiences. It increases the engagement, and it also increases the retention.
Yeah, and we normally implement it through a project-based learning opportunity that we've had. We've used the finance PBL, we've used the volume and surface area PBL, and it really engages students and has buy-in from them because they're the ones creating what they need to know and what they already know. So that way, there's not any wasted time.
And an example of one of our PBLs is we had a finance PBL where we had Mr. Pitker from 5-Star Forward come to our students and talk to them. He talked to them about things like credit scores and what affects credit scores so they know how to be financially responsible when they're an adult. And we also talked to them about taxes and loans and investments, again, in order to help mold them into being a financially responsible adult when they're older.
Data PBL, and it's going to help them how to understand to interpret data, how to make better informed decisions. For example, they're going to be trying to figure out what is the best educational way to determine a correct answer on the STAR if they're just using estimation and guesstimation.
We have found that STEM really connects with the literacy piece that is driving the district and our campus right now. We do science journals where the students have to write what they observe and what they're thinking. We have tied this into everything we do. We are supporting our kids that need the extra supports where we're hashtagging. But we have found that making them write what they think has improved test scores. In fact, this last test that we took, we did our writing over what the test was, and the scores were phenomenal. I had 89% of my on-level kids pass. And so this is all tied to the STEM, where they are having to think for themselves and put their thoughts onto paper.
And the very first PBL that we did, the finance PBL that we did, we noticed on the CBA scores from the last year that we had 11 TEKS increased just based off of the finance PBL.
In the end, STEM is just a different way to teach your kids. It's just an approach that allows your kids to be a little bit more innovative and have a little bit more involvement in their education, and it prepares them for this 21st century world that we're living in that is requiring innovators and thinkers and people who are creative.